What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Brendan here, Dad Planet. Thank you so much for joining me. We have another What Sold on eBay video, and we're going to cover the last week in February. And thank God this month is over. But actually, it was a big improvement for this last week, even relative to what I did last year. And I'll get into the numbers and the details here in just a second. But for those of you that are new to the channel, it's very simple. I'm a full-time reseller that does this for one reason and one reason only, and that's just to buy more time with my family. That's it. It's very simple. And hopefully I'm here to educate you, entertain you, so that maybe you can do the same as well. But again, What's Sold on eBay video, I only do 4 of these a month. Really nice looking numbers for the end of February. But listen, the real test is coming in another month or so. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. All right, here we go. February 22nd through the 28th, a very nice finish to February. So I'm pleased with that. And the selling cost came down 24%. Net sales, 1,800. Nothing to complain about, especially relative to last year. I mean, if you look at the same time last year, up 50%, up 60% on the net. My selling costs for the month were probably a little bit high. We're going to take a look at what I did for all of February on the next screen, but these are great. This is great. The true test, though, is going to come in March and in the summer months, and that will tell us, did we experience an anomaly because of the coronavirus last year with the spike in sales, or will that trend continue? Did all of those new buyers that we gained from that last year stay new buyers? Time will tell, and I'm trying to continue to grow in the midst of all of the things that are kind of going on in the background here. But yeah, good performance for that week. So for the month, 97.40. But look at those selling costs, 29%. Again, I haven't really looked into it in detail. I've been extremely busy on the personal side of things, so I haven't been able to kind of dig and find out what's going on here. I've just been focused on like growing where I can grow and then trying to figure out what's going on here personally. So up 24% from last year. These are really good. I only did $8,100 in gross sales last February. So to grow from 81 to 97 is excellent. So pat on my back for me. That's wonderful. But again, these next couple of months are gonna really tell a story here. So anyway, let's get into the bolos here. CDs, I don't do a ton of CDs. I mean, I pay attention to them. You know, I'm always looking for PlayStation 1 games that are kind of mixed in with the CDs and all that stuff. So I do pay attention to them. And rock music, sort of something that I'm a little bit more familiar with, having been a rock or a heavy metal fan. And even though I'm not a fan of Rammstein, I knew enough to look this up because it was only 99 cents. It was a double disc, and sure enough, it's a bolo. So I got full price for this, $19.99. Buyer paid $3.99. So they're $23.98 all in, pre-tax. And at only $1, this was a slam dunk. There was also another Rammstein CD that was there at the store that was even more valuable than this. Unfortunately, it had all of the extras, but the disc was missing. So that's a bummer. But this was a good one. Keep your eye out for rock music, heavy metal CDs. You know, it's way more miss with CDs than it is hit. But once you start training your eye and you do more and more of it, these will show up more often than they already do. So that's a good one. Keep your eye out for that one. We'll move on to the next one. Same type of concept for Jurassic World dinosaurs. So this was a loose dinosaur, and for the life of me, I don't even know how you pronounce it. There's a button right here that you push, and then this thing's head launches forward and it kind of snaps at you. So it's a pretty unique and interesting. See, there's me pressing the button, and that's what happens. It sort of snaps there, but this is an indication that it is Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, so I knew to look it up. And then again, 2018 Mattel. This was also only 99 cents. Suchomimus. Mimosa is really what I need right now. Anyway, yeah, $30 I got for it, and I don't know if this shipped. I charged them $4.99 shipping, so the buyer is $34.98 all in, and again, only 99 cents. Loose Jurassic World and Jurassic Park dinosaurs. Make it a point to look them up because a lot of them were underproduced. So they are harder to find and they command a good value. New, if you found this new in the box, it'd be around anywhere from $60 to $70 if you sold it brand new in the package. So keep that one in mind. We'll move on to the next one. This is an interesting one, and there's a lesson here. So it's a Columbia like fishing shirt, like performance fishing gear, and the style is Omni Shade. So PFG Omni Shade. It's a really pretty color blue, but you can see the embroidery here. Don't blindly pass up garments like you'll see Patagonia jackets that have embroidery on them. You'll see a lot of embroidery, and I think some people will have a tendency to pass them up because of it. Don't do that. The person that's likely going to purchase this shirt just needs the shirt for performance purposes, right? They'll be fishing alone. What do they care that there's embroidery on the shirt, or out with their buddies? Like it doesn't matter. And so thinking about that, again, because I think about every single, who's buying this garment? Who's the perfect person to buy this garment? It's the person that doesn't care about that embroidery, because they're probably going to be fishing alone. So was that the reason that this sold? You know, maybe. I gotta kind of expect that it is. So I have another one of these in my inventory. It's a beige color, but this blue one sold. I had it listed at $21.99, but I took an offer of $19.79 and then $3.99 shipping. So the buyer's $23.78 all in. Very light to ship for me. And I bought this on half off days, so it cost me $2.20. And again, I have another one left to sell. So great sale. Good lesson to be learned. Don't always just blindly pass up on shirts that are embroidered. We'll move on to the next one. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, somebody bought an empty glass bottle off of me for $30. So Patron Margarita. It's a shaker mixer bottle. I don't know. Let's take a look at it. So there's the mixer portion. And again, no damage to the glass. The only reason I bought this is because there was, at the time I bought it, prior sales history, prior sales comparables. Otherwise, I would never buy something like this. So it eventually sold. It took a little bit longer than I had anticipated, but I'm okay with that. It cost me $4.99 and I sold it for full price, $30, and then they paid $8.55 in shipping. So they're $38.54 all in for a glass, an empty glass container, and I'm happy with it. So buyer's happy, I'm happy. Yeah, it's just a case by case scenario. The thing looked unique, and I decided to pick it up. And you'll get good at that too as you start sifting through the store. So not that it looked like that obscure, like wow, this is a really weird looking or unique item. It just can't really explain sometimes when you pick things up and you see enough junk. Some things do stand out, even these like mid-range type of items. So good sale there. We'll move on to the next one. Foo Fighters Concert T-shirt 2011. Wasting Light. This was a 2XL, a little bit worn, but it's okay. And I sold this locally, so this was free to the buyer who came and picked the item up from me, and I got $50 for it. So $50, and it only cost me $1.99. Maybe I'll show you the back. 2011, not a vintage shirt, 10 years ago though, and someone has a really nice memory. In fact, the gentleman did say that he had the shirt. He was at this concert and he had the shirt before, and I can't remember what he said happened to it, but now he's got it back. So what a nice like little story, and local sale, so saved a little bit of money. Pretty cool. We'll move on to the next one. Vinyl records. You guys have been following me along, and you've heard me say that vinyl is like an excellent category, and it's really performing well for me when I can find it. This one only cost me 50 cents. It is Curtis Blow's self-titled LP from 1980, and it was in remarkable condition. So I listed it as such, in near mint condition, and it sold for full price, $20 with where's the shipping? Yeah, $3.99 in shipping. And again, this goes medium mail because it's a sound recording, so it was probably like $2.99. So I maybe made $1 on the shipping. So the buyer's $23.98 all in. 50 cents. She rang up, when I was at the counter, she rang up like 10 or 11 records that I have and charged me 50 cents for them. I felt like their LP price was 99 cents, but I was not going to argue. Even at 99 cents, it would have been a good deal. But maybe it was like the color. I don't remember. There were no stickers on it. But anyway, I'm just thinking out loud. So good sale. Look up vinyl. We'll move on to the next one. I was kicking myself when I bought this. Sometimes I don't know why I do the things I do, but it was obviously a happy ending because it sold. And listen, there are comps for like new in the box Justin Bieber dolls. There were no comps for this specific doll. So I was, feeling good in the store at the time and bought it. It was $4.99. This doll looks absolutely ridiculous. I am not a Justin Bieber hater, but the doll is pretty stupid looking. And I still sold it. $31.49, and the buyer paid $3.99 in shipping. So they're $35.48 all in. Again, I only paid $5. This went to Cleveland. The buyer said that they could not believe that they got such a good deal. Is the thing worth $100? I couldn't find any comparables on it. So if it's worth $100, then I'm glad, Mr. Purchaser of this item, that you got yourself a wonderful deal. I'm satisfied with the $31, $32 that I got. Justin Bieber dolls, look them up. Sometimes you can take a chance on them like I did. Oh, I don't know. We'll move on to the next one. This, normally I wouldn't pick up an item like this, and I'm not opposed to or afraid of shipping big items, right? This is like a big Barbie camper. But it came with a few of the accessories. The tent worked fine, like the door openings, the doors closing. It was in really good condition for a pre-owned Barbie camper that probably definitely got at least some use. And the sticker pack was still brand new. So whoever bought this, and I get this is sort of the appeal that this item had for me to make the purchase, I thought, well, someone gets it, they can kind of decorate it with these brand new stickers. So that pushed me over the edge to make the buy, and it sold, I think, within 6 hours, and the woman needed it for a birthday. So she was like, can you ship this immediately? And of course I was like, no problem. So yeah, it only cost me $5, and they paid full price, I think. Yeah, full price, $40, $22.99 shipping, so $62.98 all in. This was a fun sale just because of how quickly I sold it, how quickly the buyer needed it, and the fact that it came with those stickers. That was something that made this purchase really, really appealing. And I went on a day and a time that I usually avoid this certain thrift store because it was a zoo. It was a zoo, and I start to stress out when there's like 50 million people in it. It's like a midday Saturday when literally everybody is off shopping. Like, I can't stand that. So I do normally stay out of there. But popped in, picked this one up, great sale. We'll move on to the next one. I gave this bolo out in my Facebook group, so I will link the Facebook group in the description. I again encourage you to join that group. Gave this bolo out, and then again, because I practice literally everything that I preach, here I went out and found one. I have since found 3 since I gave that bolo out, and I gave the bolo out before I had even found any of these. So here's the first of the 3 that I sourced and just now sold for what, $144, and then $12.32 shipping. So the buyer is $156.31 all in. This lava lamp cost me $12.99. It is a Haggerty Lava Light from 1999. It was the Aristocrat model. There's a number to it, and I forget what the number is, but it was blue and yellow and just super cool looking. I am currently recording a shipping video, so it's going to be a large shipping video, and it's going to cover a lot of items, delicate items like this. This one in specifics is in that video, so if you want to see that video, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, because I'm going to be releasing that as soon as I get a few more of the larger items that I sell. I want to get that in the video as well, but it's going to cover a large spectrum of shipping a lot of different things to help a lot of you sellers out. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that you get notified when that video comes out, because I think it's going to do extremely well, not just across my viewership, but across all of YouTube. So keep that in mind. And yeah, excellent sale. I paid $13, like I said, and I still have 2 left to sell. So great sale there. We'll move on to the next one. Hat tip. A lot of the vacuums that I sell can be broken down. They're not like 50-inch boxes where I have to triple box it and then use like 75 pounds of bubble wrap. This one is one of the lightest vacuums that you'll find on the market. I think it only came in at like 9 pounds. It was extremely light, but again, a very desirable brand. And this model was underrepresented on eBay. So got home, tested it, did video on it to make sure that it worked perfect. It did. Excellent shape. I had it listed for $130, but I took an offer of $109.19, and then the buyer paid $32.54 to have it shipped. So they're $141.73 all in. It only cost me $6.99. And the box that I shipped this in, actually, this came apart in 3 parts. So it shipped really economically, at least for me. But again, when you get somebody that just absolutely has to have that, I had that model before, or this item was really highly rated, so there's probably a good chance that it's going to perform well when I end up getting it. People will pay whatever price for shipping. So I'm always like, charge your buyers for shipping. Now, that said, do I miss out on sales to people that offer free shipping? Absolutely. I absolutely do. But again, in order for me to be able to adequately manage the time that I have to dedicate to eBay, I'm okay with charging my buyers shipping and then losing out on a couple of sales because I can't do I couldn't do triple my volume just myself. I would have to hire help at that point. So me charging shipping slows my sales volume down a little bit, which again is okay for me, and it all works out. So if you're somebody that's like a solo eBayer or you have no intentions of getting help, do it like I do. Charge your buyer shipping because it really never matters. We'll move on to the next one. Am I talking a lot? I feel like I'm talking a lot. Nike LeBron's China model, really neat and interesting colorway. The air pockets here were a little bit scraped up. So, you know, they weren't in absolutely like meticulous condition. Good overall condition is what I put with thick soles because that was the truth. Now, this model new is like $300 and I came in extremely aggressively with my price at $75 for the size 9.5. 683253-144 is the style / colorway code for this shoe, and then I ended up taking an offer on this one as well. $67.49. The buyer took forever to pay. $10.10 in shipping, and so there's $77.59 all in. The shoes only cost me $4.29. So what do I care how long the buyer takes to pay, as long as they pay? And I'm happy to have moved them at that price because, you know, basketball shoes are like, it's again a lot more miss than it is hit, but the ones that I find, again, backed by like solid sold comparable data, this is what happens. This is what happens often with me. So good sale there. I'm happy. We'll move on to the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, Halloween scary stuff sells year round. If you don't know, now you know. Spirit Halloween brown jumping spider. I took this guy out, put it together. This took me about a good 20 minutes to like put together and test it. Couldn't get it done quickly, but I knew, having paid only $10, that if it did work, and of course I could return it if it didn't, that I was gonna make a ton of money. So I got a bunch of pictures. I don't think I put video in this one, although I should have, and I'm pretty sure that I do because my oldest daughter wanted to like be scared by it, so I videoed me showing her that it did in fact work. But yeah, it got it to work in perfect condition after all said and done, and I ended up taking, no, I didn't take an offer. I got full price on it. Yep. $100, and what did they pay for shipping? $16.16. So $116.15 all in on $10. Amazing. Very, very light to ship, very easy to ship. Came with its original box, and you know, didn't cost me an arm and a leg to get it out the door either. So great sale. Halloween sells year round. You guys know what it is. We'll move on to the next one. This thing only cost me $4.99. A really ornate kind of looking Kaleidoscope Music Box. Had some scuff marks. Not a big deal. San Francisco Music Box Company. A good, like, I shouldn't say good. There's varied comparable data for these types of Kaleidoscope music boxes from the San Francisco Music Box Company. This one, again, wasn't represented. VAR on theme, Canon and D. There were no comparables for that song or that sound. So I just priced it at $100, waited, and it sold for $89.99 with $13.04 in shipping. So $103.03, the buyer's all in. And at $4.99, I mean, you just can't beat that. And I do that a lot, where I'm like, I can't figure out how I want to price this. Should I be aggressive? Should I not? Way more often than not, I just price high and I forget about it. And you know, then this sale comes in. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that item. And easy to ship because it came in its original box with its original styrofoam. So you don't have to really do much after that, and you just let the shippers do their job and you move on. So another great sale. We will move on to the next one. This is a cast and crew bomber jacket from the movie Armageddon. It is a 100% authentic item. Here's a portion of the tag. Above here, you can't see. There was like an official stamp, and it was like, when I was doing comps research, you can see it on other people's tags. You could still see it on this tag. It was just so faded on that one that it was kind of not coming out. But it's official, and it's shipped overseas. So buyer paid full price, $79.99, and $9.05 in shipping before customs and tax. So $89.04. Jacket cost me $6.99. It took me, I don't know, I'm going to say 5 months, maybe 5 or 6 months. It might have been even longer, but list and forget. Comps data said pick it up, and it sold just like I knew it would. And ladies and gentlemen, we're on to the last one, which is a big empty Coleman cooler that was over 20 years old, and I sold it for 80 bucks. So 80 bucks, and I think the buyer paid $20 in shipping. So they're $99.98 all in. It only cost me $5.99. Another list and forget Snow Light cooler from Coleman. It locked the way it needed to lock. There were openers on both sides underneath those handles, and there's a little drip station to help you drain the cooler. And what a sale, right? What a boring looking thing too, but look up everything because you just never know. So the fact that that thing only cost me $5.99 is amazing, and this was really like a really exciting week of sales. So yeah, that's it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, a quick reminder, on March 5th, I'm being put to the test. That's right. I got to go up against 11 other thrifters and YouTubers to see if I can find the best items in one trip to a thrift store with under $15 to spend. So it's really easy. I've got 15 bucks. I'm going to go to one store, and I got to find one item or multiple items as long as I stay under $15. And then all other 11 thrifters and YouTubers are going to do the same thing, and we're going to all be pit up against each other where you vote. So make sure that you're subscribed to this channel for one, and then the voting will commence on the Bolo Buddies Challenge. I'll get into that more on March 5th, but again, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. You're probably not going to want to miss that. It's such a fun thing to just go up against people that I know and respect, and have a little fun at the same time too, while also entertaining and educating you. And that's it for today's video. Brendan here, Dad Planet. I am very, very thankful for each and every one of you. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video.